Okay everyone, this is a quick training video on the process of actually just changing gear. I'm just going to focus in on how you change gear. So coming off the gas, clutch down and changing gear with the palming technique. Okay, so very quickly, your feet should be in the correct position. All right, so right foot in front of the brake and then your heel stays on the floor. So you can then pivot your toes to the accelerator. So you're slanted when you accelerate, and then when you brake, your foot is flat and straight on that pedal so you don't miss it. And then your left foot is then clear to use the clutch pedal on its own, but I've made a whole video about that separately. All right, and there's a resting pad on the left where you can put your foot when you're not doing it. All right, and then you've got the palming technique, which I've also made a video about for how to put your palm on the gear stick. All right, so but there's another video about that. Okay, so when you're driving along, right, so you go, let's say you're starting off on the side of the road, so you go clutch down, first gear. All right, so first gear. Then you would set the gas at 1,500 revs or 2,000, and then you would find the biting point, which is about halfway up on the pedal. All right, and then you would release the handbrake, and then you would seesaw your feet as you then pull away carefully. You would then stay on the bike for 2 car lengths, and then you'd come off the clutch, and then you'd add more gas. So in the end, you're then just using more gas if you want to down the road. All right. And then when you want to change gear, you're going to need to wait for your rev counter to get to around about 2,000 revs. So at this stage of 2,000 revs, we're going to then go off gas, clutch back down, palming technique, and bring it down into second. Then from this position, we're then going to lift the clutch up to the bite and reintroduce the gas at the biting point stage, which takes some practice. And then as you continue to lift your foot off the clutch, you then add the gas again. So you're seesawing your feet to bring your clutch off, but then you're adding gas to increase your speed. Then when you've got 2,000 revs again, you're going to go through the process again. So you go off the gas, clutch down, palming technique, knock into neutral, and then knock up, and then again clutch coming up to the biting point, and when it gets to that biting point, the gas is then reintroduced, and then as you lift off your clutch, you're then adding more gas, and then you're using the gas pedal again, so you're going faster. Okay, and then when you get to 2,000 revs, you go off gas, clutch down, palming technique into fourth, lift to the biting point, add the gas at the bite, and then seesaw your feet, so you're going off the clutch and then adding more gas. And then again, going into fifth gear, so you'd wait for 2,000 revs, off the gas, clutch down, palming technique into fifth gear, and then coming up to the biting point, at the biting point, adding the gas, and then lifting the foot off the clutch, adding more gas and going faster. So you've got that seesaw again. And then finally, sixth gear, 2,000 revs, off the gas, clutch down, palming technique into sixth, all the way down. Clutch comes up to the biting point. At the biting point, the gas is added, and then you seesaw your feet, clutch comes off, and then you add more gas. All right. So that's a focus on how to change up the gears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, waiting for 2,000 revs every time, reintroducing the gas at the biting point stage at every gear. So you transition into the new gear beautifully, and it's all smooth and nice, like mixing 2 liquids together beautifully. All right, I really hope that helps. Any worries about the palming technique, please just have a look at my other videos, and the feet position, have a look at my other videos. But I hope this helps with the actual transition of changing gear.